Hello, I'm Chris Thanis. I'm a KMP developer. And today I'm going to be reacting to a video by Tariq 10X. He's got about same number of subs as I do at this moment, about how Agile, that nebulous thing, got hijacked by non-tech people. Huh? Okay, let's go ahead and give this guy a try. What do you say?
Tech is run by non-tech people now, and it's hell. Today I'm gonna spit straight fire, so no intros, just let me cook. How Agile got hijacked. Agile was the promised land for software development. It was the right step in the right time, but somehow that flight got hijacked, and now instead of reaching the promised era of flexibility and without strict roles, we ended up on the Neverland ranch of product owners. This whole Agile dump.
Oh yeah, it's just okay. So the original Agile stuff, if anybody doesn't know, you should go read the original Agile manifesto. It has nothing to do with any Scrum. Has nothing to do with any of these burn down charts. That's nothing to do with it. That was put in by Agile's TM registered trademark, copyright, licensed, certification uh, industry that blew up, mostly because of failures of academia, honestly, because they should have separated computer engineering and computer science into two different things and made computer science like computer information processing techniques for at scale. That should have been a division, but they didn't want to do that because the big companies said we need to hold this to our monopolies. We need to hold this to our inside, hold it tight, make it so complicated for anybody else to even try that they have to have teams of thousands of people to do it. Well, that's all changing. Okay, keep going, Chris. Let him cook.
Dumpster fire has become the middle management spawning area. Meanwhile, it just
Okay, that's just funny. Okay, that line got me because, wow. Once you're technically proficient, management wants you getting out of that role and into like pushing people around and pushing papers around so fast. I have successfully avoided it, except when I did my own business, which we had to do. Once I did my own startup, you kind of had to get into that role. But I did it as minimal as possible because I want to write code that's helpful to people. I don't want to manage people that don't exactly know what's going on. It's been super annoying.
endless cycles of daily meetings. How the hell did we came to the point where we have teams with only one developer, and then I'm product owner, scrum master, agile coach, tight end.
One developer and a boss and a boss and a boss and a boss and a boss. Like, you guys, can you guys get down here in the pit and start rolling with the rest of these kids down here?
And sprint linebackers, and a day for casino feature poker planning.
Yeah, the poker. I thought when I first heard poker planning, I thought it was gonna be this like fun, like, oh yeah, I've got some fun things inside it. Like, no.
My humble opinion, it all started when
oh, so I need to lie? So you're telling me I need to lie to you guys? You're telling me, oh, it doesn't matter, but it really does.
tech was flooded by non-tech people. They didn't contribute anything to the actual product, but what they did is, they made the hiring process for non-FANG companies just like in FANG.
That's a good idea. They're the best and the biggest? Well, let's do the thing that's actually excluding everyone from going into it. Oh, that's a good plan. So anybody that wants to do it has to be Aspergered out on leak code just to make it through any sort of gauntlet technical hurdle interview process. It's so broken. That's why this Microsas thing, which I just did a video about, is going to destroy all of this stuff. It's good. People are going to look back at this stuff and laugh because it was like only possible in a zero interest rate environment, which we've had for 15 years, which is completely ahistorical, and obviously people are scamming the hell out of that thing, and that's where we got this stuff from.
It's like you have to fulfill Olympic norms just to play frisbee in the park with your dog. Nice. The second thing is, they started generating and inventing jobs for the sake of getting more non-tech people inside. I have never heard.
Right, they had to hire all these people for all this free money they just got. Let's invent some roles that are totally useless, but sound good and make us look. We're growing. Look at all these people we're adding on. Look at all the head. Look at what's our head count, so we can get more C and D and X round funding. This is just straight free money spigot. We're not making products. We don't even care about that. We need to get the money from the free money machine.
Anyone say something like, you know what, if we just had another scrum master in here, we would have hit the deadline. Or, we were just one sprint poker away from getting it right. And
no, just one more time, guys. Let's One more over the top, guys.
This leads to the second topic for the day. The black and white expert manager problem. I invented this. People are being looked at with Diablo 2 skill tree logic. If you're not familiar with Diablo 2 skill trees, it looks something like this. So you have a fixed number of skill points and you can put these skill points into specific abilities. And when you start developing abilities of your character on the left side of the tree, then you will have less skill points on the right side. Now let's draw a tree with our expert and manager abilities. It would look something like this. On the top we have people, and then we split them in two groups. People who know stuff and people who don't know stuff. Now,
okay, so when I first starting in tech, when I was like in the 80s and 90s, I'm super old. If it wasn't already obvious. Yeah, we only had people here. There wasn't too many people here because there was no money in it. There was no free money in it. Anything you had to could do, you had to like support some kind of value somewhere, or you're just not going to be part of that team. They will get rid of you quickly. But the zero interest rate environment allowed this to occur. Yeah, that doesn't know stuff. And all those people all got fired recently, and they're all like looking for a job. I can't figure out. Wow, they can't get back into a job that's got zero interest rate environment. Yeah, those jobs aren't going to be around for another who knows that? Because the micro SaaS and stuff is coming up. The micro SaaS is gonna completely eliminate all the junk and all the goofiness in tech, and only the people that are serious and can provide value are actually going to be able to do it because it's not going to go big tech finance basis. It's going to be local finance from profits, bootstrapped.
we split each of these groups into two more groups, on those who know how to deal with people and those who don't know how to deal with people. I have no idea why, but the general understanding of people in charge is very black and white regarding this.
Well, okay, I know this is hard to explain, but they get this from their training in these colleges, Ivy Leagues, who have no idea about software, never even heard of tech. They have no idea. They're still doing stuff from the 1800s, profits, time to market, all this like proficiency stuff, and siloing people into their specific roles. That's all they know. So why would they do anything different in tech when you actually have it's knowledge work? You have to have all kinds of skill sets to make it work. No, we have to do divisions of labor. Stupid. We're doing a manufacturing process, so we're gonna bring a scrum in. We're gonna make it like an assembly line. We have Gantt charts. We're gonna like schedule everything out. Like it's gonna have. That's not how tech works. That's not how you're gonna find a market. Now, after you find a market, producing in there, yes, of course, you need all that stuff. That's all the stuff applies. But getting the market, like what are we actually gonna be giving people as a service? Like what? That's the hard part.
Point.
You can't just automate that. If it could be, it would already be. We wouldn't even be talking about this stuff. Agile would not be a thing. Scrum would not be a thing. All this stuff, management would not be a thing. We'd already be like doing it, right? So knowledge work is inherently difficult. You're not going to be able to manage it away, no matter how many layers of scrum departments you can have. You're not going to be able to manage it away. You're going to actually have people have skills. That requires mentoring people who don't have skills and having some sort of ladder they can come up into. Or otherwise, forget it.
If someone is bad at technical stuff, then he has to be a good manager. And if someone is good at technical stuff, he doesn't have the people skills. And that's the reason why you have a lot of non-technical managers, because they apparently know how to deal with people. In reality, there is no correlation between these two. It's not skill point assignment like in Diablo. So if you put a lot of skill points...
But to the people who have been who get attracted to the zero interest rate environment, right? Low money, if free money spigot gets turned on, so they know people that can have access to that stuff. They don't know the technical stuff because that actually takes a lot of time and effort and dedication and gnawing through your teeth through all kinds of stupid shit that don't make no sense. They don't have to do any of that. They just found a friend that knew a friend that knew a friend that got access to them free money. Oh, so why wouldn't they know this skill? So they're going to hire all these people in that already know the stuff that's previous. They know not this tech shit because that stuff's hard and it's weird. And can't just put a pipeline on it and put some more managers in the middle. That'll speed it up because it speeds it up in every other case, every other industry except for tech. Maybe oil exploration is maybe a better metaphor because you don't know if you're going to get into it or not. You have no idea. But you have some guess, but you don't know. And these guys are like, you got to know like car manufacturing that we exported to China. Oh, so you want to repeat that again? Oh, okay.
Into coding, that doesn't mean that you have no skill points left for the dealing with people skills. And that's how you generate non-tech managers who sound like a buzzword compilation. What we need...
Because they know all the words. They're slick with like making the right friends and kissing up to the right people. And in a zero interest rate environment where you have what's it called, the Cantillon effect. So the people that are closest to the money printer, the free money printer, the people that are closest to that thing, get their friends involved. And I get it. Post war, World War II, you want to give out the free goodies to all your pals. I get it. But that phase is over. People aren't going for it anymore. And there are people that are still intact that want to remain here, think it's still a good plan, are going to have to produce value. And as now, there's been a revolution that's allowed this to happen. Now, they're not going to tell you, they're not going to come out and say it. Hey, quit your corporate job and compete with us. They're not going to tell you that. Come on.
More of is this kind of people who know stuff and who know how to deal with people. Now, a hot take from me. If you don't understand the technology, you shouldn't work in tech. Not as an engineer and not as a team manager.
It's not that hard. There's a course on my thing. If you want to give your manager people, if they're gutsy enough to try, there's a free course on this channel that goes into how to program from the ground up that will show anyone that what's actually going on and what we're trying to do with these things. So it's not super magic and you don't fall for every single marketing hype wave that comes along. God damn.
Product owner, or whatever it is called this month. So let's get to my next
whatever they call it. Whatever they call it. Whatever. Whatever management has to put a label on to avoid actually doing the hard work of knowing how this stuff actually operates at the ground level. Yeah, anything to avoid that. Perfect.
Engineer and not as a team manager, product owner, or whatever it is called this month. So let's get to my next point. Failed tech fantasies from these non-tech managers. AI taking away your job is just a new kid on the block. Stay with me now. What software companies hate is being dependent on single developers. We all know in any company the
right. They hate being dependent on any one person because that is their single point of failure. And managers have been told over and over, like in their manufacturing management training manuals, do not have a single point of failure. Bad idea. So the first thing they want to do is get rid of this. Now with micro-SaaS founders, yes, you're going to be the single point of failure. But so what? You're making millions and you're doing your own stuff. Who cares? That's what the whole look. The business of America is business. If you don't figure a way to get yourself into business, you have to work at these businesses first. You have to see their inefficiencies and where they're going wrong. But eventually, you're supposed to get smart enough after working there to start your own thing. And these opportunities don't come along all that often. And we're having one right now. They're just never going to tell you. Okay, there we go.
most work is being done by a few people. These are not official numbers, but in my experience, it's like 20% of the guys do 80% of the work.
Well, so they've done studies on this, and he doesn't know the study yet, but it's the square root of the total number of people. 50% of the total number of people, the square root of the 50% are doing 50% of the work. The square root of the number of people, 50% of them are doing the actual work, and the other people they have to be there. They're needed to do the buffer away from that square root core group. They have to be a buffer and support and all the things because there's things that need to be done, right? But that's how it works. That's how it'll always work. It'll never won't work that way. So you can get down to like what's the square root of 4? That's 2. So like half the work is done by 1. Okay. So the smaller number of the people, the smaller the group, you can actually, if you are efficient and take advantage of these new technologies like Kotlin multi-platform, which I push on this channel because it's freaking awesome. That's what it's about to let us, what it's allowing us to do right now. That's how it works. That's how the future is going to be. The age of the big tech company, unless they're doing computer engineering stuff, this kind of software stuff. There's no reason to have an international Facebook. We can have a Texas Facebook. Texas book. Okay, keep going.
So, for years, they've been investing money to create tools, frameworks, no-code stuff, visual drag-and-drop programming languages, AI-enhanced development tools in the hope to turn bad developers into expert developers.
Right, it doesn't work like that. Now, so these AI tools will always be enhancements for people that already know how this stuff works. It's never going to replace someone who doesn't know how it works. Let me say that again. All the hype, everything you've seen, unless the person who's making the stuff, who's actually using the tools, knows how the stuff works, they will never be able to get an AI to do that. Ever. Ever. You're always going to have a human in the process that knows how it all works to make it actually work. AI's enhancements to take, instead of me looking up 500 things, it'll give me this suggestion that's probably the thing I'm looking for. Now, if that doesn't, if I know that a suggestion is like not right, I got to know when it's not right, because it's going to be a suggestion, not the actual thing, and never will be the actual thing. It's always going to be a suggestion. An like, do autocompletes always get it right? No, come on now, that's just an autocomplete. We're talking about code generation. If that's not right, or it's a new thing that just came out, I don't know how it works, I gotta go look for it some other way, and the AI is just not gonna. I don't see how they're ever gonna fix that or get that going, because it'll be too new. The training, it won't be trained on the latest things, so you're gonna have to have a human that looks at it and deals with it. Technical, there's gonna be a technical person always in the loop. Now, are you going to be working at these big cushy jobs where you get to nap all day and have espressos and free meals? Probably not. But can you work at a small house, a small office with a small team, and have your own espresso machine and go down to town, into town, and have a little your lunch there? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all in for making the life of a developer easier by giving them the right tools to work with and to cut down the manual labor by automating mundane tasks. And also, I'm all in for teaching new guys, helping them to get on the right path. I mean, I'm making these videos in the hope that someone finds some value in it. But what these non-tech people don't understand is, you don't make rock stars by just providing them better guitars. Of course, everything will sound better when you have the proper instruments. But if someone doesn't know how to play in a band, it doesn't help giving them the newest equipment. You get my point. Tools are good, but we still need smart people. Okay, that's it for today. If you like the content, hit like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Tariq 10x.
All right, go give him a like and subscribe to Tariq 10x. I give him a subscribe there. And yeah, thanks for listening to me rant. And we'll get him out of here. Give me a like and subscribe. Give me a like and subscribe.